Hello there! Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. Today, we're going to start with another love reading. So I'm going to use the Final Rose Tarot. I think this deck is just really fun, really funny little deck. So yeah, I'll start with the other person and the viewer and just read that. And if that resonates with your situation or someone on your mind or someone that you've connected with, or it sounds familiar or resonates, then we'll look into the connecting energy, their energy towards you, your energy towards them, and then sometimes I get past, present, and future to get more context. And then in the extended reading, I'll look into a deeper look into the other person, where they're at, what they're doing, their energy towards you, their thoughts, and their feelings. And I'll get their intentions too in this one. I'm feeling called today to add a little extra something in there in the extended. So get right into it. Okay, wait, the other person. And you. Ooh, okay, we have the Three of Rings. Group date. The bottom. Ooh, and 2-on-1. So okay, this could be someone that you're not necessarily in like a committed relationship yet. It's like someone where you're just kind of like interested in each other. It's like they're okay. So it could be within like a friend group type of a situation. And okay, hang on just 1 second, guys, because I've been dealing with some. Okay, just make really double check my camera's on. Okay, so it could be like, yeah, everybody in a friend group type of a deal, and maybe you have a crush on them, or you feel like they have a crush on you, but I'm hearing it's like you are kind of trying to get their attention or trying to get you to throw them a bone, or someone else is trying to get your attention by trying to throw you a bone in some way, or um, someone could have tried to make you jealous here. Um, so it's like they're trying to get your attention. They want you to like see something. They're kind of like putting something out there so that you'll see it and see if you chase after it, right? Like if they throw something out there, if you'll chase after it and then like chase after them. Um, in turn, like somebody could have seen if um yeah, they could have like, okay, say it's like everybody in a friend group here, like they could be interested in you, but then they were like putting something out there to see like who would be interested in it in order to see if you would like go for it or chase after them or see if you would like compete with them. Um or see if it would like make you jealous or if you would yeah, I'm just getting this energy of like it could be more of like this everybody's all like kind of friends, nobody's really serious, but there's like this particular interest between you and one person, and so they're like seeing if you're interested in them by kind of creating these situations where they're like putting themselves out there to see like who will go for it and to see like if you'll go for it and if you'll chase after them or if you'll compete with someone in order to get their attention. It's like they want you to like follow them or like be loyal to them, and so they're like testing your loyalty by seeing if you'll um stand your ground or like stand up against like others in some way or like fight for their attention or fight for them to chase after you or to choose you. Also, though, it could just be like a friend situation, and like you could just be attracted to one particular person in the group that like everyone kind of looks up to or follows after, or everyone's kind of attracted to, and everyone's kind of like competing for this person's attention or for this person to like give them something or choose them in some way, but you are kind of like standing out more. Um, with the group date, it's like your energy, this like one particular dog in the middle is kind of like standing out more to me. It's like has like a lot stronger energy or like the stronger connection here or something. But there is some type of competition, like yeah, other people around you could also be interested, or yeah, there's like other people who also want them to choose them or to give them something, or other people are like chasing after like what they have to offer in some way, but it's like you stand out more, your connection stands out more, and so then it makes other people really jealous here, or you feel like you have to like compete for their time and attention in some way. Okay, so for your person, we have the Knight of Mirrors, the meathead in the reverse. So with the arms being crossed, I'm getting this energy of they could have been like kind of closed off to you or like not receptive, or they could have just been not cooperative in some way. Um, but now it's like they're putting their guard down, they're listening more, they're more open to you, or like you felt like they weren't seeing you, or like you were having to really compete with everybody else in order to stand out, and now you feel like they're like letting their guard down, or they're more open to you, or they're not as like closed off or blocked off in some way. They could have, or yeah, you could have felt like kind of rejected by them, or they were just not really interested, or they were not like looking your way, but now it's like you're kind of standing out to them. So yeah, they're coming out of an energy of like being non-receptive, or not open, or not wanting to put their guard down, or not like hearing what you have to say, or noticing something about you. It's like now you're like standing out in comparison to others. You could have like recently had to go up against someone in some way, and it was like the way you handled yourself was just like very tactful, so you came out of it um just like with dignity or class or something, and so now you're kind of like standing out in comparison to others. And so if they were just like um if they kind of had this energy of just like, okay, yeah, well, um they just like didn't want to hear what you had to say in some way, or they were just blocked off from like being able to connect emotionally. I'm hearing like they could have just kept to themselves, or just um kept quiet, or like refused to communicate with you because they didn't want to like fight with you, or like um they could have been in some sort of like toxic energy, or like they could have just had something going on within themselves where they like weren't coming from a very good space, and so they were coming from kind of like a judgmental perspective. But then they may have seen here like the way that you handled yourself in a situation with someone else, or um how you like overcame something, or like got through something where someone was trying to like bring you down, or like steal the attention, or like steal the spotlight from you in some way, and like the way you handled it was just like really gracefully or tactfully in some way. And so now it's like they see you're standing out, or they see you in a different light, and so they want to offer something or extend something to you. But like there's still this energy, I feel like, because they saw you like deal with some sort of conflict or some sort of competition, or like overcome something here, then now they're kind of seeing you in there could be this vibe of just like, okay, like now they're kind of recognizing you and seeing you in a different light. And so they're like, how much more can I do? Or like, if I, like, they're like, okay, how, like, okay, I got them to like fight for me here. I got them to, yeah, they could have been closed off to you emotionally. And then they saw how you like fought for something, or overcame, or like went up against someone in some way, and then that was really attractive to them, so now they're like um engaged, or they're more open to you, but it's like based off of a game. So they're thinking like, okay, if I put this out there, are they going to chase after it? Like, can I get them to chase after me? Like, it's like, how far can I take this? Like, how much will they do for my attention? It's like they want you to continue to follow after them. So again, this could be someone that's like everyone in your friend group kind of looks up to and naturally follows after. Like they're used to getting a lot of attention, or people like doing the most for them. And so then they recently saw something you did, or saw you in a different light. And so they're like more open and receptive to you. But it's like they're kind of testing you out to see like how far they could take this, or like how far you would go. Um, but you do like stand out to them. They are seeing you differently, or like you stand out to them more than like other people around you, is more than you once did. Um, but yeah, it's almost like they're more attracted to you now, but it's almost like in a negative way, because then, or it's almost like not necessarily the best thing, because then now it's like they're wanting to play more games with you, or seeing like, yeah, how far they can take the games, like how far you'll go, like how much, yeah, how far you'll go to like chase after something that they're putting out there, or like how much you'll chase after them, or like like much they can get you to play. Yeah, like okay, how much can I push this, or like what more can I get them to do, or like with the cat with the laser, and then you get the cat to like look everywhere you move the laser. It's like they like people to be kind of like obsessed with them. So it's like they keep their options open. They kind of play a lot of people, but like they're more interested in you right now. But it's like they want to see how caught up you can be in them, like how much you'll chase after them. They want you to like obsess after them, or like follow after them, or like compete with others in order to like keep their attention. It's like they get off on those types of games. So yeah, now they're like more open to you, but it's because they're like more attracted to you now that they saw something that happened here, or some way that you handled yourself. So this was good that you handled yourself in this, right, like more tactful, like classy way, or you kind of overcame something, and like came out on top. But then they're kind of coming in and like wanting to recapture your attention, or recaptivate you, or like draw you back in towards them, because now you're like really standing out here. So it's like if they were resistant to you before, just like withholding or not giving you a lot of attention, or not very open to you before, it's like now they're like acting like they're going to give so much to you, or they're going to choose you, or but it's like they want to see like if you'll go for it, or if you'll follow after them, or how aggressively or how hard you'll like chase them, or how loyal you'll be to them. Yeah, like how loyal they can get you to them while still like playing games with like you and other people. They like want to see like how much you'll go for it, or like how far they can take it, how far they can like push it here while you remaining loyal to them. Weird games. And with you, we have the Daydreamer, Page of Flutes. So I'm getting this energy with you. It's like, okay, I'm not trying to be harsh at all. I'm so, so sorry if this is offensive to anybody, but it's like, those, like, I always see that one YouTube creator, Charlotte, that does all the video. Like, I have a TikTok, but I don't spend a lot of time on it because I just don't like have the time in my day to like scroll on there or whatever. Um, it's because I spend way too much time on YouTube. But anyways, that's not the point. But yeah, like I don't watch enough of these videos, but I will watch like some of Charlotte's videos sometimes, and there's all those um videos about people making jokes like on TikTok or whatever about like their delusions or their fantasies or their romanticizing relationships. Or we make a lot of like jokes now about like, oh, um my fantasies or my delusions, or like I don't know, I always see the word like delulu online or whatever, like as a joke. um I don't know why all of that like came up for me, but I feel like you kind of have that personality maybe. Like I'm not trying to be like harsh or negative. Like I feel like you're kind of like that as a joke sometimes. Like you'll be like, "Oh yeah, like um you're self-aware of the fact that you know that you can like fall in love really easily, right? And so you're really self-aware of the fact that you don't have like a big guard up. You're not really um you can like romanticize someone really quickly. Like right when you meet someone, you can just like fall in love really quick. So you might be one of those people that's like right when you meet someone, you're already like fantasizing like your name with their last name and like your guys' life together. And but I just want to say I'm not judging at all because I'm literally the same way. Or I used to be a lot more like that when I was younger too. But um, I'm also the exact same way. I'm like a hopeless romantic too. So um, yeah, again, I'm never being judgmental when I'm doing these readings. I'm just like literally reading the exact energy that is coming up. So hopefully nobody takes offense, but I'm just seeing this energy of like you really see the best in people and you're really just like a loving person, very optimistic, and you just feel like, love is the answer. And you're just a hopeless romantic, and like right when you meet people you can just see the best in them and just kind of like fantasize after them, or yeah, just develop these like crushes on people. And then you uh once you do that, it's like you immediately see them through like rose colored glasses. And so it's like you immediately just see their potential or the best in them, or you just see them through the perspective of like what they could be or what you want them to be. And like in this case, this person is actually like playing these types of games with you on purpose and like misleading you on purpose. And so you're just falling victim to that because that's like your natural personality. So it's like sometimes whenever we're in that energy like to a fault, then the type of partner that we attract is like someone who is like purposely withholding, or like yeah, purposely uh or it's like they don't really have any intentions to like give to us, or show up in the relationship or give in the relationship the way that you're fantasizing or making it out to be in your head. Like maybe they do have that potential as a human, but it's like that's not the energy that they're giving you, yet you can still see this. You can just still see how it's like all going to work out and like the end goal, and just, you know what I mean? Which is honestly like a good quality to have. But then whenever, like I was saying, you're in that energy kind of to a fault, and it's like, um, the other person's obviously not doing anything or obviously not giving back to us in the same ways, it can kind of like lower our vibration to settle for those types of connections. And so then our even whenever we are moving out of those relationships or they don't work out, then our like what we're attracting back based on our vibration that we're putting out is people who get off on like um people who love people like this, because then you'll stick around and like see the best in them and see the potential of the relationship while they like play all these weird games that I was describing. And so to someone like this, it's like, okay, um like I'm hearing like how far can I take it, or like they see you as someone who would be like really, really loyal and committed just because you're just a really, really loving person. That's your natural personality. And they feel like you're just going to see them through, um, yeah, maybe everybody just kind of like looks up to them or is really attracted to them or sees them in this really positive light. So they feel like um, you're going to be like blinded by the attention that they're giving you, or like your attraction to them or your feelings for them in some way, or like you're going to just be like so over the moon that they're like choosing you or giving you attention in some way that you're going to be just like so distracted. Or it's like if they can come in and just kind of give you like fluff words or like gifts or like certain things, and it will just like keep you distracted or keep you in this like blissful state of mind to where you won't catch on or be able to see like the games, or like the way that they're still kind of like playing games with other people, or the way that they're like playing games with you in order to get you to compete with others, because they kind of like get off on that. or there's this energy to where like they're like putting something out there and then seeing like how far you'll go, or um, how much you'll do to like get it. So then it's like, yeah, if you were just in this very like loyal, again, not trying to be rude, but like delusional energy that like they're gonna like all of a sudden change or step up or like be committed or like stop playing games here, then you'll continue to like stay loyal or stay in the situation or follow after them because you're just like so attracted, or you're like romanticize the situation so much. um and then they have this energy of just like, oh, like how hard can I get them to chase me, or like how far can I push certain games and then still get them to like go for it and like come back to me. um yeah, it's like they want to take advantage of like your good nature, or the way that you just like trust, or it's like whenever you really really care about someone, you get so caught up with just like the way you feel, or like romanticizing things, or just like planning and envisioning your guys' future together, like the potential of things. So then sometimes you don't necessarily pay attention to like the finer details, or like what's really going on, or like you're so caught up just like fantasizing about the future, then you don't realize like what they're doing whenever they're not communicating with you, or like what they're doing when you're not around, or it's like you don't see the way they're engaging with other people because you're just so caught up in like the words that they're telling you or the gifts that they're giving you or something. So you're just like on cloud nine over the moon, and you're not even paying attention to like something else, or you can't see like just the way they're working you, or like working you against others, or like still yeah, you're like so over the moon about everything that they're saying. So then you can't see how they're like still playing games with others, or still offering something to others to see if they'll go for it and chase after them too. And so then you'll just kind of like compete with these people and be like, oh, he's mine, or she's mine, they're mine. Like put the other person down or something. It's like they like to see you in that. It's like they get off on that. They like to see other people like competing for them, um and like going for something and chasing after them, and then both people like mutually think that they're competing with each other instead of realizing that like it's this other person that's like playing games and is like not intending on really committing. It's like they're doing this to everybody, or like it's they're the reason that these other people are still engaging or like chasing after them. It's because they're still like putting themselves out there, putting something out there, and playing a game with them in some way. And so then um, they see someone like you who is just, like I said, really loyal, or would like really just see the best in them, or just love them and like support them, or continue to like go for it and chase after them, or like you do stand out in some way here, so they are like more open to you in ways they weren't before. You are really attracted to them, but it's like it's almost like then they want to play the game with you the most or something. So it's not really like much of a prize for them to be like so attracted or so drawn towards you, because it's like again they just kind of like want to take advantage of your good nature here. um, so yeah, if that sounds like something you could be going through, I'm gonna look a bit further. Now I can see why Spirit was saying to also get their intentions in the extended, because this is a weird one. They usually don't for these readings. So definitely check that out if you're curious. We will see what comes through. Okay, the connecting energy, their energy towards you, and your energy towards them. We have the limo, so they could like want to take you out, or they could take you out on like fancy dates, or it's like they just kind of shower you in like lavish things, and so it's like you fantasize about this like lifestyle, or you're like on cloud nine about like certain experiences that you have with them, or like yeah, certain things they offer in their lifestyle. And it's like a lot of people could look up to them or be really drawn to that. um so they see it, yeah, as like something to where they can use it as like a power tool in order to play games, like I was explaining. Yeah, they feel like you'll just be like so thankful to for like the opportunities, or for like to for the places that you get to go with them, or the things, the lifestyle and the things you get to do with them, that you like um will like fight for it or like compete with others, or you won't notice that they're like still engaging with others, or like they're the reason that other people are still um like fighting for their attention or chasing after them, or like trying to go for something in order to chase after them. King, so the connecting energy, we have the jeweler, King of Rings, the jeweler. So literally they buy you like gifts, like they buy you like fancy gifts, like they could like now that they're wanting to let their guard down and be more open and receptive to you, they're going to like make a deeper commitment to you here, or they're going to get you some sort of fancy gift. Like they usually get you gifts, but now they're going to get you one that's like more special or more significant. And so it's like the more and more you guys progress materialistically, it just kind of like it gives you the impression that there's like so much love here, or like you're just so over the moon, or it's like the gifts, their intention is for like the gifts to like cloud your judgment, and you to feel like you do so much, or they do so much for you, or they give you so much, like they're the best. They take such good care of you. You're so special to them because look at like all this nice stuff they get you, or this fancy stuff they get you. So then it's like you won't notice, or you'll excuse, or you'll be like somewhat delusional about the ways that like they're putting you in competition, or they're still giving to others, or like seeing if maybe they're not giving other people these fancy gifts, but they're like still putting something out there to see if those people will kind of like go for it and chase after them, like they still get off on like the games. And then this is like just the way that they try to like appease you to be like, no, like you're more special to me, or you're more meaningful to me, like that other stuff doesn't really mean anything, like you're the one that's like actually like going these places with them, or like doing something special with them, or like they could make you feel like, oh, you're in a position that everybody wants, or like you have the life everybody else wants, or like anybody would feel lucky to be in this position, or to live this lifestyle, to go these certain places. Ooh, we have the Seven of Flutes, the edit, the final cut in reverse. So, okay, what I'm getting from this is like in the past, um, it could have been easy for them to kind of manipulate the situation, like with people when they're making a production, when you have the final edit or the final cut, you have a lot of say or influence over the overall narrative or the overall story being told, right? So, um, for a long time, they could have had a lot of power over the situation. They were predominantly in control of the dynamics here, and so they had a lot of power and influence over your perspective or the way you saw things. Um, yeah, they had just a lot of influence and power over just the way that um the situation between you two was like viewed from the outside. So it's like, okay, this whole energy of like you being in this daydreamer, like delusional type of energy, it could have literally been because they were feeding you one narrative, or like they were only giving you one perspective, or like not showing you the full story, right? Um, they had a lot of say over, or just a lot of influence over, um, the lens that you were given the situation, right? And so it's like you couldn't see here, you were like choosing to compete with other people, or you couldn't see like how they were yeah, still engaging with these other people, or still making an offer to these other people in order to get these other, to see if these other people would also go for it and also chase them. So then it's like you were only seeing this one perspective of all the gifts that they're giving you and all the promises that they're making to you, and them telling you like that, what you guys have is different, or that it's like these other people are just like obsessed or whatever. So then you feel as though you have to like put those other people in their place, or like compete with them. Um, but it's like you weren't able to catch on to the games that this person was playing. So it's like either you were kind of choosing to see it through rose colored glasses because that's kind of how you were before, or this person was like specifically manipulating you and only giving you like part of the story, or only telling you like certain things in certain ways in order to give you this certain overall perspective and cast them like in an innocent light. And so then you would continue to just like plan your guys' future, be really hopeful and optimistic that like they would change and things would come together. Um, but now it's like they don't have as much control. So something happened here, something could have shifted in some way to where now you're like, the illusion is starting to come down in some way, or it's like, yeah, this was the energy that you've been in. You've been willing to kind of like put others in their place or compete with them and not realize that it was your other person instigating them. But then all of a sudden, um it's like you saw something that they didn't intend for you to see. You saw something that they thought they could like cut out before the final edit or something, right? um so it's like something got revealed here that they didn't intend for you to see in some way, or something just like got out, or they like slipped up in some way, like something wasn't removed or cleaned up the way that it should have been before you saw it. So it's like starting to shatter this illusion here. Um, yeah, so your energy towards them, we have the villain in reverse. It's like the devil in reverse, kind of. Um, So yeah, you, for a long time here, you have not been able to see that they were the one actually instigating this, or they were the ones still getting these people to engage with them in some way. It's like you were blaming these other people, so you would put them in their place or compete with them, or like fight for this person in some way, and you weren't able to see it was actually your person instigating all of this. It was actually your person who um was doing these things. So yeah, you were just in this a little bit of a delusional energy, a little bit of just like, oh, my person is just so attractive and popular, like everyone in our group is interested in him, or that her, or they, or whatever. So uh that's why so many people are coming after them, or that's why we have all this interference, or that's why all these other people are always interested in them or trying to talk to them or trying to chase after them or trying to hang out with them or do something, is because you weren't realizing it was actually your person who was kind of like playing them. They got off on the games, they got off on like you being unaware and like still being loyal to them, or like believing them and competing with these other people, meanwhile thinking that your other person's innocent and not doing anything wrong, and you guys are just like headed towards this really great relationship in the future. um, and they could have been giving you that promise, or like I said, giving you certain gifts here, to reinforce that, or just like keep you like satisfied, or like believing them, or like held over in some way. um, but now it's like, so maybe something is about to come out, um, like with the final cut here. It's like maybe uh they usually are able to like spin a certain story or control a certain narrative of how something is or how something was, um, with you. And they usually can make sure that like certain things or certain information doesn't get back to you, or they like leave out certain details, or they um yeah, like let you in on things, or show you things, or tell you things in such a way that like paints a certain narrative or a certain light, so like conveniently leaves out the parts that would like make them look bad. um so you've been kind of like believing that, but it's like something is about to come out here, or something has come out that is going to like reveal something that they never wanted you to see, or you're going to be given like some snippet or some little bit of something or truth that's going to like shatter your reality, or like start to shatter your reality. So let's look at past, present, and future. We have the limo again. How funny. On the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing things could be moving quickly. Okay, yeah. So the past, we have the Queen of Flutes, the caregiver. So in the past, they had you, like I said, they were taking advantage of your good nature. They were taking advantage of your caring nature. They wanted you to continue to give to them and be like really genuine to them. And so they had to kind of keep you in this really distorted illusion energy, or make you feel like you were really special, or they were going to choose you or give you this really deep commitment. And so you were just like really taking care of them. Um, you were like really genuine, offered your heart here. But also, I'm just getting that it's like you have this like really caring, you have like the energy of like a caregiver type of energy. And so they really took advantage of like your nature, like I had said. So we're in the present, we have the Nine of Roses, meeting the parents in the reverse. So oof, in the future we have 2 on 1. So right now they could just be acting kind of shady. Like they're not wanting to, they're like making it seem like they're going to show up and give you a solid commitment or make a solid offer here. Um, so it's like you haven't been able to really wake up and realize the truth of like what is really, you haven't been able to wake up and realize like how much this person's playing you, or like the lies or the games, or how much they're actually manipulating you here, like their true intentions, right? So you're still in this energy of like you guys are gonna like blend together, merge together, have this like deeper commitment. So you may have these expectations or these ideas that you're gonna slowly start to head in that direction. So you're thinking like you could be inviting them. You're trying to, I'm hearing like you could be trying to invite them. Like it's say your family's having like a barbecue, or you've just got something going on in your life, like you've tried to invite this person, you've tried to get this person to come around your family, you've tried to get this person to, could have been like your grandma's birthday dinner last week, and you invited them over because you're like, well, everyone's going to be there, and they just like are not coming, they're not showing up. Like you're mostly only ever seeing them like in your friend group, or like in more social settings, like around other people. It's like they don't want to like do things that are a little bit more serious. Like they don't want to come over, or like if they have met your family or been around your family, it's like only in like a friend setting. It's like they don't want to come over when it's just you and them and like have dinner with your parents or something. Like they always have some sort of convenient excuse, or they're always able to kind of like skate around doing things that are a little bit more serious. Like so then yeah, they're like avoiding really actually making that commitment and like um meeting your people, or getting like involved or invested like in your personal life in some way, even though you've been like kind of trying to get them to. So even though it's like they always have some sort of like convenient excuse or some sort of reason why they can't do it, or they can't link up, or they can't come through, or like it's not going to work out, and it's like you always just believe their reasons. And they could just be like, no, I promise, like in the future, like we're going to have this really great like I'm really going to commit to you. Like they give you like they give you like gifts, or they give you something, or certain words, or they give you something right now to be like, okay, like even though they're not showing up in the way that I want them to, or to the events that are really important to me, or they're not like integrating to like what's important to me in my life, which is like your family, right? um you still are like believing that that's the direction that you're going towards, like long-term commitment, like in the long run they are going to offer you commitment, or they are going to start to come around. It's like you believe they're in having you in this space of just believing that like one day they are just going to show up, or they are going to come through with that commitment, or things are just going to like change um like in the future. But it's like right now they like uh won't like come back home with you, or like hang out like at your parents' house with you or something. Like they will only come over and hang out whenever it's like you at your own house, or like you with like your friends or whatever. They won't like come back to your family, or like come back to like your childhood home, or like so something somewhere. It's like a place is really important to you. It's like you've been trying to get them to come there or do that or integrate that, but they like always can skirt it or swerve around it in some convenient way, to where then they still come out smelling like roses. Like they still come out like you believe whatever excuse they have, or like yeah, you're not catching on to like they're not doing that because they're not ready to like actually make you a serious commitment. They're still playing all these games with you. They still have their options open with other people, so they don't want to like do that. They don't want to like step in fully, or like make that sort of commitment, or like they feel like if they meet your family and then they like skirt out, that's like really messed up. And so while they're in this whole thing of like still playing games with you and not like wanting to fully commit to one person, they don't want to like meet anyone's family, so they like always have some sort of convenient excuse or reason why they like can't come over, or they yeah like can't meet your parents or something. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And you're maybe starting to catch on, or maybe starting to be like, huh, I don't know. But it's like you're still not fully seeing like what's going on with them, or their intentions, or what they're really doing here, right? Um, So in the future, we have this 2-1. So, okay, what I'm getting here is like in the future, they're going to, so because you're trying to get them to like kind of settle down or get grounded or do something here and they're not wanting to do it, they're like avoiding it, going around it in some way. In the future, when they try and play these same tactics or these same games of like putting you in competition with others, or like there's other people like chasing them, and then they're gonna try and make it seem like, oh no, it's all them, like I'm not doing anything wrong here, it's just because people are just so drawn to me, or we just have such a good thing, people are jealous, or whatever their tactics are, you know. This is just comes with the territory. It's just a lot of people are just interested in me, but really it's like, um, because of whatever they're doing right now and their hesitancy to like really show up and start to like invest and integrate and go in the direction that you feel like they should, or that they would if they were really serious. It's like starting to kind of crack the illusion here to where you're not necessarily um, believing all of their stories, or like um yeah, like it's starting to kind of look different to you here. And then when they try to play this same game with you that they have, to where you then like compete with another person, then I'm just getting like something is going to be different this time. So it could be you don't go for it the same because you're starting to catch on, like they're not taking you as seriously as they need to, or showing up and showing you the things that they need to in order for you to feel really secure about the relationship. um so yeah, maybe you're not as willing to fight for it, or it's just like you're going to kind of catch on here um in some way. Like you could be like, okay, well, we're not even like at where I feel like we should be, so how are all of these people just so jealous and trying to like constantly come in and hold us back? Like, you know, you're starting to catch on that like maybe it's them that's holding you back. And then also, if they, yeah, if they try this same tactic in the future, like through the process of you dealing with this person in the same way that you normally have with others in the past, something will come out here that they didn't intend for you to see or to know, to where, yeah, then you'll see something they never wanted you to see, or like you'll get some sort of perspective that you don't usually get. So there could be like some sort of bystander or someone around the situation that sees something. So it's like, even though they give you the same convenient story and they leave certain parts out like they always do in their final cuts, right? They like spin their certain narrative. It's like someone else has the clip. It's like someone else has the tea and will like come and like give you something that you needed to know, and then you'll be like, oh okay, well that actually makes sense then why they didn't want to like come over for dinner last week, or why they are always dodging meeting my parents in some way. And then you're like, oh, that makes sense why this other person is now chasing after them, or now I'm over here trying to like fight off and yet again another person. It's like it all starts to click, or you start to see the cycle. So whether it's just like because of their general shadiness that you start to catch on, or you start to kind of take off the rose colored glasses and see um your person's like the real problem here, like their inability, their, yeah, they're just not wanting to actually make a real commitment here, or like actually follow through with something. That's like kind of what the core issue is. So in some way, somehow, like something's going to come out. It's going to like go differently this time. It's not going to go the same way. Like your person's not going to be able to like spin the same story and come out of this like in control of the situation, or in control of like your perspective or how you see the situation in some way. And also, like, because they're like not wanting to meet your parents or meet your family, the people close to you, the people around you that you really trust, that you really care about, could be starting to get concerned and starting to be like, well, I don't know about this person, they seem a little shady, or like if they don't want to come around us and meet us, then like your family, your home stability unit starts to kind of be like, hey, we don't even know this person, we haven't met this person before. Like they're starting to like ask questions or plant seeds of doubt, or start to be like, hey, if they're not willing to like come around us and let us get to know them, then we don't know about this. And then they play this game yet again and put you in another one of these situations yet again. And it's like, because your family hasn't even met them and doesn't even know them, and they're always dodging meeting them, then your family's just going to be like, okay, well, at this point, like this person's just like shady, or like your family's going to help you to see something that you weren't able to see before. Because yeah, they're gonna like catch on, like if they don't even want to meet us or come around us, and then you're going through this competition with another person, or interference from another person in the relationship yet again, then it's like the same narrative that this person was able to spin, or like the story they were able to spin over and over. It's like um, there'll be some sort of party around that will be able to give some sort of key information, or it's just your family not liking them, or you'll just finally catch on or see something in a different light, because you're like, well, why don't you want to like meet the people that I really care about, or really important to me? Like that could like really hurt your feelings. um Ooh, protection. Ooh, and transformation. So yeah, somehow, some way, the next time they try and play this same game that they kind of get off on, that they love, is going to either hit different for you, or you're just going to somehow, some way see what's happening in a different light, and they're not going to be able to have like the same sort of control over your perspective or your narrative, or keep you like caught up in this illusion, or like the gifts or the presents they buy you like aren't going to be enough to like keep you in denial, or keep you in this energy of like, well, someday we're going to get to like this stable commitment, or like someday, they're going to show up. It's like um hopefully this whole situation will trigger you to start to realize like they're kind of the root issue. They're the ones instigating all the problems in the first place. They're the ones preventing you guys from being able to move forward. It's not like all of these other people here. Like these other people should be like a non-factor. Like you start to realize like if they were actually stable and committed as they were saying, then they would already be like integrated with your family, or like you guys' lives would already be like more integrated, or you would already be like on a certain level, and these other people wouldn't even matter, like wouldn't even be a factor, like wouldn't even have any power in the relationship. And so then you start to realize like your person is the true key factor in what was preventing you guys from being able to progress forward and move forward to the next level, right? Protection. You are protected. You are safe in all matters of the body, mind, and spirit. Your highest guidance has you covered on all fronts. Do not delay in moving forward. If inquiring about a relationship, situation, or how to proceed, please take this as a sign that you will be taken care of and harm to none will be had. Meditate on this symbol when you feel like you need to strengthen your energy. So you could have been kind of like scared to remove yourself from this or walk away from this, because you just felt like you were going to get hurt, or it was going to be too hard, or you wouldn't be able to do it, or um, you didn't want to like be alone or something. You felt like it would be harder to be on your own. Transformation. The butterfly goes through many stages here before it becomes the beautiful creature it is. Honor your process and allow your beauty to be seen by all. Wear more color to help announce the arrival of your exquisite transformation. So yeah, you're going to come out the other side of this stronger. Um, and with the like wear more color, I'm getting like before you may have been kind of wearing rose colored glasses, right? And so it's like you're going to come out of this and be able to see like the full range of the situation, or the full perspective, like all the different colors of like all the different levels and elements of like what's really going on, and not be kind of like disillusioned by one aspect or one element of it. It's like that's the whole thing. Like when we're wearing rose colored glasses, it's like we're just looking at a situation in an overly affectionate way. We're just like seeing the love and the potential and the good in the situation, and the way that we feel, our emotions, our passion. We're projecting all of that onto the situation to a fault, to where we're only seeing it through that one lens, and we're not able to realistically see all elements of what's going on in the relationship. So it's like the full spectrum. So every color, our vision, our ability to see clearly in our reality, every hue, color, spectrum of, the light of like what is really going on within situations around us is really important to, have that proper perspective and proper clarity to be able to see things accurately, for our like best benefit, right? So yeah, I think that is all I have for this portion here. And then in the extended, we're going to take a deeper look into your other person, where they're at, what they're doing, their energy towards you, their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions, which I don't normally do, but yeah, spirit was definitely, it just popped up in my head. So I was like, okay. And I'm actually curious what is going to come through. So I'm real excited. So thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading. I really, really appreciate it. Um, if you would like a more personal reading, you can click the link in my description. Um, if you would like to watch the extended to this reading, you can also click the link in my description. And yeah, I'll see you over there. I hope you have a really good day.